you would get salicylic acid as the product of the first part of the multi-step synthesis. You would purify this crude salicylic acid before you go to the next step. The next step of the multi-step synthesis is converting the salicylic acid into aspirin. This would be done in an acidic condition. Okay, here's the salicylic acid. You treat this with acid anhydride, that is the electrophile, in the presence of a strong acid. In this case, it's a phosphoric acid. The acid is a catalyst. It would make the electrophile more electrophilic, like by putting a proton on this oxygen. Literally, you can put a proton on any of the oxygens in these two structures, salicylic acid and acid anhydride. But for our learning purpose, let's only put the proton on this particular oxygen so that we can move forward to a new structure. Okay, let's erase this acid and look at the mechanistic arrow. This oxygen would act as a nucleophile, and this is the electrophile. And what you just did is you attacked this carbon right here, and the double bond was broken. This is now a neutral carbon, and this carbon gains a positive charge. This carbon gains a positive charge. Let me go back one step. Right, because it's donating a lone pair, it will gain a positive charge. But this proton is not stable on that particular oxygen. It can go shuttle between this oxygen or this oxygen. It's possible to put the proton in any of those oxygens. So let's, for our convenience, move this proton from that oxygen to this oxygen. Right? When the proton is on this oxygen, this whole group becomes a good leaving group. Okay, now let's move forward to a new step where you reform this pi bond here, and the pi bond is reformed and the leaving group is gone. There is no leaving group here. It is now a byproduct acetic acid. Right, this is acetic acid. In the next step, you would add water in the form of ice or ice cold water. This will stop the reaction and remove the additional proton from the oxygen to get the final product, that is aspirin. Okay, that is our aspirin. It has a carboxylic acid and an acetate group bonded to benzene. Now this is a crude product. You will do the recrystallization step to purify this and then check the weight and do the IR spectroscopy, and if you have time, do the NMR spectroscopy to identify the product.